viewers, thank you very much for staying tuned. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. Still part of our morning show right here, the one we call Morning Spies. And it is the discussion segment. Of course, we take a critical look at issues, we dissect them so that we have meaningful decisions in the nearest future, of course, taken by you. All right, let's move on with the next conversation. Right this morning, we're talking politics. You heard me say that earlier today. Well, this time around, we're talking party politics. The fallout of that World Congress that took place last weekend. Talking about Saturday, of course. You must have heard so much from different stakeholders, especially on this platform, the flow of God's on state. But we're still staying on that. I have someone joining me this morning on the program, APC leader from Bender local government area, 2019 candidate of the House of Assembly, an ex-member of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, Abuja, representing Abia North. Of course, Honorable Ezeala, glad to have you join us. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here too.
All right. So many persons have denied it right in this studio, right on this particular seat you're seated, that there are no factions, there are no cracks in your party. And I'm starting with that. Are there cracks in your party? Are there factions in your party? I think we should begin with the controversy already.
I will carefully align myself with the opinion that there is no crack, there is no faction in the All Progressives Congress Abia State chapter. There is none. There is only one party, and that is APC, with its headquarters at Blantyre Street, Wuse Abuja. So every other branch of the party is just mere an appendage.
Okay, if you say with one headquarters, yes, national headquarters, yes, in Abuja, yes, what about the nationals, the state secretariat in Abia State?
Yes, you see, the state secretariat of every party is a product of a national congress by the NWC. We must understand that.
Okay.
If there is need to be sincere about what we are doing in politics. So you cannot talk about state chapter of the party without the action of the NWC. So in other words, actions of the NWC give birth to the state chapters. If the NWC put up a congress at the ward, whoever wins the congress at the ward forms the basis and delegation that elects the local government structure of the party. Those that wins at the local government structure of the party, in conjunction with the leaders and the executives hitherto formed at the ward level, comprises the delegation to the state congress of the party. Hold on. And as soon as the state congress of the party is held, then the state working committee of the party emerges.
Okay.
So that is the processes and the procedure, okay, for having a state chapter of the party. And we have just started that now.
Are there presently state working committee, state executive rather, for APC in Abia State?
Yes, there is. And Abia is a peculiar state.
Okay.
Sorry, because before now, okay, there was a high court judgment giving credit and recognition to Dr. Emmanuel Ndukwe-led executives of the party in the state. Now hear this. That judgment has not been set aside by any court of competent jurisdiction across the federation. Let's get that. And to the glory of God, nobody has come to say that that judgment was delivered by Incuriam or has been set aside. So as we speak, that judgment stands. Now, in the light of that, the the NWC of the party decided to dissolve all the state chapters of the party overboard. And at the dissolution of the state chapters of the party, they mandated the same dissolved state chapters of the party to act, to remain in acting capacity pending the conduct of world congresses, local government congresses, and the state-wide congresses. Okay, so what that means, well, I believe all of us, both the listeners, are sound enough to understand that if a court judgment says this is the authentic party, and the same party executives were dissolved, and the same people dissolved, we are asked to act. It simply means that same people remains the authentic party at the state.
Let me get this straight, Honorable Ezeala, this morning.
Yes.
Are you saying that the Donatus Wampa-led executives are occupying illegal offices?
From beginning, they have been impostors. From beginning, they are not. Donatus Wampa is a political merchant. There are evidences to prove that the People's Democratic Party paid for his party office in Omuahia.
Those are your opinion, and I think you will be able to stand for them because making these huge allegations on radio, you should have facts to back them up. Those are serious allegations. Now, you're saying you have facts. Can you present those facts?
Now, you see, their office at Mission Hill, before they moved to Azikiwe, was not being funded by All Progressives Congress. I am repeating it in emphasis. Okay?
Then who was funding
and it was being funded by these, pseudo-party chieftains who are not seen, who are not members of the party, not just in across board. Okay? And he himself, Wampa, he knows this. As a matter of fact, he spoke to me about the office. That was then, because there was a time the national asked us to all of us to work together, and we were all working together. Okay, wherein the Dr. Ndukwe was asked to please come down and remain secretary. So, but what I'm saying is, let's not just go into back and forth. Okay, let's just the way forward. The way forward is that the National Working Committee has conducted world congresses across the 184 wards of Abia State. And these leaders
let me take you into the conduct of the election. Of the congresses, rather, the world congresses were conducted fine.
Yes.
In Abia State, just like in any other states in the federation.
Yes.
But there were controversies that surrounded the conduct of that election. First, some stakeholders gathered at Ikwano local government, suspending another stakeholder in the party, your party, the All Progressives Congress, Chief Chief Ekeche Menike. Now, they went further to conduct a World Congress. Another World Congress was conducted. I understand that as it stands now, journalists in the state are reporting 2 secretariats for APC in Abia State. Maybe you should let us into these controversies.
No, let's get this right.
Okay.
You see, the press, the newsmen, the media should also help us in charting a way forward and making sure that we do investigative journalism and be sure of our reportage. The truth of the matter is this: there is only one committee sent from the NWC of the party to Abia State. That committee came. The committee didn't meet at the state secretariat of anybody, either fashion, because there is no fashion anywhere. So they refused to meet.
Sonny Goli.
Yes.
Okay. Honorable
Sonny Goli led the National Congress Committee for Abia. Never met him for Uyo Street. They never met in Azikiwe Road.
He was in Abia State.
Oh, he was in Abia State. He was seen by everybody, including your station.
Why was he declared missing?
No. That is, you see, that is one thing with mischief makers. They will always want to beat in the bush and come again to ask who is beating the drum. So, how can you declare a national officer, somebody that was sent on national assignment, declare him missing? How? On what grounds? If anybody is missing, I think it's the job of the Nigerian police, not that of Mr. Donatus Wampa. The committee came, sent circular, and asked everybody to meet at a neutral place, a hotel. And even the commissioner of police provided security for that place. Because it is the duty of the police to provide security for anywhere, for such a place. So the Nigerian police was aware of that meeting, the DSS, all the security architecture in the state. They were aware. And that place was not a party, was not a factional office for anybody. That place is a neutral place, close to the state CID, a well-secure place, a hotel. Okay. Not somebody's backyard.
Honorable Ezeala, I want to understand something. Did INEC monitor the conduct of the World Congress.
Yes, INEC monitored the World Congresses. In fact, there are records. If you permit me, yes, there are records to play for you if you permit me, and then you will see and confirm by yourself that this the Congress was a huge success, and people participated in it, and people were called from various places, and you saw what happened. So nobody should come and make it look like nothing happened.
Okay.
If you play this, you see.
Okay, just a moment, Honorable Ezeala. Let's look at chances of mending fences now. It looks like there are grievances in your party. There are some stakeholders that are not happy, that led to them meeting on Thursday. That was more than 24 hours before that World Congress on Saturday, leading to the suspension. They said they suspended Chief Ikechi Emenike from the All Progressives Congress. That is a very grave one. If we take a look at it along the party's constitution, you know, when you're suspended at home, it looks like you don't have the hold of the party.
Same constitution you mentioned did not empower any stakeholder to suspend who does not belong to his ward.
They said ratifying the suspension.
Ratify which suspension? The party has told us, those who care to know, that there is no suspension of any member in Abia State. I don't want to mention our leaders' names. I'm not here to call their names, because that is tantamount to disrespect. But in all honesty, nobody was suspended. How can an illegal man suspend a lawfully recognized leader of the party in the state? A man who is not... Look, there was a party membership revalidation and registration exercise recently. All of those people complaining today never revalidated their membership. As a matter of fact, their membership is still has question mark. If they are truly members of the party, now can they prove to us that they are members of APC? They did not revalidate their membership. We'll go and check the membership records of APC in Abia State. You won't find them. And that is why it was difficult for them to attend the stakeholders meeting called by the national. When they look, this party is only known in Abuja. You are just a branch. You are a branch. There is no APC in Abia State until the NWC in Abuja says so. That is the law.
Interesting.
It has been tested at various fora in courts. As a matter of fact, we were victim of that in 2019, because we had a court judgment that said, okay, this is the party structure. We went to all the courts. At the end of the day, the ruling was that there is only one APC in Abuja, and it is their duty to recognize their structure in the state. Okay. Nobody should recognize the structure of a party for that party.
Before I throw the lines open, I would like to ask you, what is the way forward in the midst of all these controversies surrounding the conduct of World Congress? You know, we had the same, we had these same issues during the 2019 governorship election, during the general elections in the country, where the APC candidate were presenting two candidates
in Abia,
where the APC as a party rather were presenting two candidates in Abia State until the INEC, the electoral umpire, said this is the candidate we recognize. So how will the party move forward from all these controversies to be a solid opposition party in the state?
You see, the APC is not in a haste to accommodate bad eggs anymore. The APC is not in a haste to work with people who do not mean well for Abia State. So if it will take us 2 years to put our house in order and come out stronger in 2023, fine. Glory to God. What happened in the same 2019 you are talking about is that a bunch of unserious, clandestine, and people with ulterior motive joined the party in a hurry, hijacked the party with money they got from whatever means. They bought their way at the national, bought their way across board, and guess what? On election day, did you see them? Some of them were not close to the collation center for governorship election. There's some people who claim they were coming to govern Abia State under APC.
Honorable Ezeala, are you saying your party was infiltrated during the last election?
Exactly. It happened in Abia State, and we are stopping it. In fact, we have stopped it already, because we have heard the word Congresses. Whosoever that does not find his name written in the book of life of APC shall not be allowed into the party, I tell you. That book of life is found none other place than the walls, the 184 walls of Abia State. They are on the tables of the newly elected ward chairman. That is where you go, register your name, and then you'll be verified. Because we won't allow the Amorites, the political Jebusites, to come again this time.
The result for the Congress, yes. Are they out?
Of course. The results are out. It's been tabulated and announced.
Where can the winners get to check their names? I mean,
okay,
the members of the party.
Okay, that's why I wanted to play you a particular this. The results, the National Working Committee came and organized LOCs across the 184 wards of Abia State. Okay, and the LOCs across the wards conducted the Congress. If you are listening, you would have. I'm playing it for you now.
Start with some words. Have you been able to get the chairman for Umu? Oh, thank you very much.
This is Ben.
So, hello.
You are listening to it, right?
Okay, but
this is the Congress
please,
situation room calling people across the world.
Okay, but if we are to look at it, how can you bring the other side? It looks like you're saying the other side, they are not members of the APC. How can you bring them so that you can have one a solid opposition party, like I asked previously?
You see,
are there chances
just
for
like
defenses to be mended?
Every government does after a civil war? You bring in the rebels, but you must put a check on them. If you don't check them, they will wreak havoc again, and this that perhaps next time that it will spell doom for the party. You see, political party is just like our leaders will always say, it's like a church or a mosque. You don't stop a thief from coming in. You don't stop an adulterer from coming in. But when they come in, you should be strong enough, you should be firm enough to tell them to their face that, oh, stealing is a sin, adultery is a sin. And that's what we are doing.
Okay.
We have chastised them so much using the legal instrument and even through the party mechanism to do these world congresses. But our doors are wide open for them. They should come, but they should sin no more. Because if they come in, there won't be enough space for them to continue perpetrating.
Honorable K. Oziala.
Thank you.
Who is the chairman of Abia APC as you speak?
Honorable Enyin Nahabo is the chairman. The acting chairman of the party is Honorable Enyin Nahabo, because state congresses have not held. So you and other people who are calling chair and one per state chairman. The question is, has there been state congress to warrant a state chairman or substantive state chairman? The answer is no. So whoever that tells you point blank that this is the state chairman of the party is either speaking partially or doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, who is acting?
The acting state chairman is Honorable Enyin Nahabo.
And where's the party secretariat?
Though the party secretariat has always been the same party secretariat, everybody know legitimately. Number 40 Iyo Street by Uzakoli Road, Omuahia.
Okay.
That is the party secretariat for All Progressives Congress, and that is where Abia all State. The leaders henceforth from Abuja will be visiting.
Okay.
In Abia State.
All
Thank you.
I think we're done with the conversation today on the platform. You can catch this conversation on our Facebook page, Flow 949 FM, and also on our YouTube page later today, Flow 94.9 FM. Thank you very much for joining us on the platform. The program returns on Friday. Many thanks to Honorable Oke Ezeala for joining us on the program this morning. APC leader in Bende local government area, 2019 candidate of the House of Assembly, that's talking about Abia State, and ex-member Nigerian Youth Parliament, Abuja, who represented Abia North. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Many thanks to my producer, Samson Eze, and also Uyaya Basijimi, and the guys behind the visuals on our Facebook page, Solomon and Stanley. Do enjoy the rest of your day.